Hello, and welcome to this video from Accountant's Desktop. In this video, we'll introduce our rental income package. The package includes a practical range of Excel workbooks designed for accountants in public practice. They can be used for standard rental properties, properties with private use, foreign rental income reconciliations, interest apportionment, borrowing expenses, and PAYG withholding variations. For non-subscribers, these workbooks can be purchased together as a bundled package. Let's take a brief look at each workbook. First, the Standard Rental Income Workbook. This workbook is useful where the client has not received an annual summary from their real estate agent. It can also be used where two or more agents managed the property during the year. Enter the amounts from the rental statements, and the workbook will prepare an annual summary of the income and expenses to be included in the client's tax return. When entering monthly statements, you can check that the net rental income calculated for each month agrees with the agent's statement. Expenses paid directly by the client can be entered in the other column. The workbook then calculates the total amount for each income and expense category. Next is the Rental Property with Private Use Workbook. This workbook can be used where a property has both income-producing and private use. For example, it may be a holiday home that is rented for part of the year. It may be an Airbnb property that is also used by the owner. Or it may be part of the client's home that is used to earn income. The workbook calculates the total income and expenses for each category. It then apportions the expenses according to the relevant floor area and the periods of private use. The result is the amount to be included in the client's tax return. For properties located overseas, you can use the Foreign Rental Income Workbook. Enter the foreign income and expenses for each month, and the workbook will convert the amounts into Australian dollars using the included exchange rates. You can also enter any additional deductions required to calculate the final amounts for the client's return. Monthly exchange rates are included for 18 commonly used currencies. You can also enter your own rates for any currency that is not included in the standard list. For clients with multiple rental properties, the Rental Income Reconciliation Workbook provides a useful final check. It allows you to reconcile the income and deductions shown on each rental property schedule with the total amounts reported at Item 21 on the client's individual tax return. This helps confirm that all rental property amounts have been included correctly. Next is the Interest Apportionment Workbook. It's not uncommon for a rental property loan to have been used partly for other purposes. This may include private expenditure or the purchase of another asset. The workbook allows you to enter a summary of the monthly loan transactions. It then calculates the interest and closing balance attributable to each component of the loan. A single loan can be divided between up to 5 separate purposes. The workbook also reconciles the calculated closing balance with the balance shown on the lender's statement. Interest and regular repayments are apportioned each month according to the proportionate use of capital for each loan component. You can also allocate a lump sum repayment directly against a particular loan component. For example, proceeds from the sale of an asset can be allocated against the component originally used to acquire that asset. The Borrowing Expenses Workbook calculates the annual deduction available for upfront borrowing costs. It can be used for up to 10 separate loans. The workbook calculates the deduction for the current year and tracks the unclaimed balance at year-end. It also applies the appropriate write-off period and continues to amortize borrowing expenses brought forward from the previous year. The package also includes a PAYG Withholding Variation Workbook. This can be used where a client wants to vary the amount of tax withheld from their wages. The variation may reflect the expected tax benefit from a negatively geared rental property. The workbook helps calculate the projected rental income and expenses required for the application. It also calculates interest on loans used to purchase or refinance the property. Adjustments can be made for any private or non-income producing use of the loan. Projected depreciation deductions can also be included. The workbook can also calculate projected car expense deductions for inclusion in the variation application. Finally, all our workbooks include at least one blank DIY worksheet. You can use this for additional calculations, notes, or supporting work papers. Thank you for watching this overview of the Accountant's Desktop Rental Income package. The package can be purchased separately. It is also included with an Accountant's Desktop subscription, together with our full range of calculators, work papers, and practice resources. Our contact details are shown on the screen. Please feel free to contact us for further information.